I don't know who says
Holy
it.
spicoli, baby.
Boys, girls, in-betweeners. Welcome to the Spooky Ookie Ookie finale.
And then like a lightning strike.
Yeah. Crows.
Yeah, bats.
Flying away. Bats,
can't make the
crows,
bat
spiders,
noises.
ghouls. My daughter is starting to get to the age where like she thinks there's like things in her room at night.
Yep, because there are.
But she doesn't say, yep, because I fill her closet full of animatronics. Because she's not like, she doesn't say like ghosts or there's like a monster in my or under my bed or anything. She always says, "Daddy, there's a ghoul."
Oh no!
And I'm like, that's so much scarier.
She's got an advanced infestation,
Yeah.
dude.
If there's a
We're
ghoul,
not talking about
fuck
ants,
that.
termites, or ghosts, dude. We're talking about ghouls.
Dude, at that point, I'm like, no, you got to deal with that on your own. I'm not certified for ghouls. I can do.
Dude, I
ghosts,
don't think anyone
monsters.
is.
Yeah, it's Ghostbusters, not Ghoul Busters.
Listen. I've looked through the phone book. There's no the
I've
white
searched
pages.
high and low. Can't find them. Scones.
Yes?
It's Halloween.
It is, and it's our season finale.
Season finale.
Season finale.
Happy Halloween.
Ooh, hoo, hoo.
I just got back from trick-or-treating with my little daughter and little son.
Hell yeah, do you take all their candy, all the good stuff?
Oh, yeah. I was like, you can have the dirt and rocks at the bottom.
Yeah.
But my daughter was Claudine Wolf from Monster High.
Of course.
As every 3-year-old wants to be.
Who doesn't?
Everyone was like, are you Velma? And she's like, what is that?
She was like, wow, there's no culture here.
Yeah, really. She's like, these people, these fucking boomers.
Bunch of boomers, dude.
And then my son was like 1/5 Frankenstein because he was not patient enough to sit through us putting green stuff on his face. So he was like lightly green Frankenstein.
Lightly green Frankenstein.
And boy, was it magnificent.
He looked great. I saw you spike the hair up, like the perfect hold there with the
Yeah,
the
we had
gel.
that high tension. Yeah. $400 to get that done.
And worth every penny.
Every single penny. Did you do anything Halloweeny today?
Me? No. Today sucked. My fall was, I bought a house, my fault. It took my fall from me, which is fine. I sacrificed it.
Oh, I thought you just said I bought a house, my fault.
My bad.
Like, my bad.
I'm
joking.
joking.
My bad. My fault.
And so I was meeting someone to come give me a quote on something. And at noon, he was like, hey, meeting you at 1, right? And I was like, yeah. So I drove there. It's like a half hour away. I get there. He calls me at like 5 minutes before 1 o'clock and just goes, hey, I forgot I have a doctor's appointment. I'm not showing up today. And I was like 6. I drove all the way back. Minor inconvenience, but still very annoying.
But hey, when you're a superstar,
when you're a jet, you're a jet.
All the way.
So no, I have not done anything. I think I want to watch Halloween after this. I don't have any candy. I didn't have any candy at all, dude.
Dude, you haven't had one piece of candy?
Not one. Although I have some trail mix. I'll go steal some M&Ms out of that.
Yeah, the M&Ms out of there. That counts. That
counts, dude. Back off.
That counts.
Just because I'm a #health nut and eat tons of trail mix.
All he does is eat trail mix every fucking meal.
But I did have time to reflect on the amazing season we've had here at Sling and Dingers. Yep, Phil, Morbo, the band, everybody's here, baby.
I dressed up as a Honda Civic.
You did, and you look spectacular. Morbo has his tux on.
I
I see
do.
that. Me and Darce have our tuxes on.
Yeah, and the Skeleton Band even put a little, they got like suspenders that are kind of going through their ribs.
Yep, they put extra spooky dye in the lava pit, so it looks kind of like green and
so it's,
purple.
Yeah, it's green and bubbly.
Scary.
Yeah, I want to take a dip.
Oh, I might after this. You kidding me? Hey,
you might have.
Hey,
might have to take a fucking dip.
Although be careful.
So yeah, this is the season 4 finale.
So
another like 50 something episodes in the gosh darn books.
Wait, and if you are new listener,
Yes.
you know these Halloween Spooktaculars are our final episode of the season, marking the transition from season 4 to season 5. And
Werewolf,
we have
spider,
exactly
bat.
boys into men, men into werewolves. Yes.
Yes.
And we have listeners vote on their favorite episodes from season 4, and we'll be listing the
Yeah.
top 5 and playing little clips
Yeah.
from them. Fun little clips.
little clippies.
Little clippies for your chippies.
Yeah. So, I mean, do we just jump right in?
I think we have to.
Okay. Well, gang, I don't drum roll, please. Skeleton band.
Do we have special Halloween music? We do, right?
Yeah, I can find
Sure,
some.
sure.
Yeah, sure. We'll edit
we
it in
have
post.
Number 5.
5.
Number 5.
And number 5 is a little. Let me find the exact episode number. Hold on. I should have put that down.
They did the mesh.
Let's see. Season 4, episode 29.
Yes.
The Muffin Man.
Muffin Man!
Baby. Muffin Man, baby.
Baby. Now, I did not expect this one. I actually am not going to lie to you. When I went
I don't
back,
remember talking about it.
I don't. I flat out did not remember
I
this episode.
didn't
at all.
until we started talking about like the sugar, like
The
thing.
Sugar Baby? That's
Yeah,
not even
Sugar
this
Baby.
episode, so I love
That's
that.
not this episode.
It
That's a
sure
different episode.
isn't. So this is a,
I thought it was the Muffin.
but the
Man.
listeners
Okay.
love it, so we love it.
Oh, that's the Great Train
Hey.
Heist, isn't it? Sorry. Well, that doesn't mean. Wait, that does not mean it's on the list.
It sure does.
That just means it's the episode. You're right.
The Muffin Man.
Yes. The Muffin Man and the eel carts.
Big smelly eel cards, dude.
Big smelly eel carts. Really interesting potential origin of the Muffin Man.
Muffin Man.
song.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
again, no one knows what the word dreary is.
Nobody
no one's
knows.
translated
No.
it since ancient texts. And we
right.
need to have some kind of Rosetta Stone level discovery in order to know what that is. But yeah,
Yeah.
listen, England back in the day, anywhere back in the day was terrible. And the fact that
Yeah, you don't want to
people
go back in the
ate seafood at all before electricity blows my mind.
disgusting. Yeah, that's the grossest. It makes sense why lobsters were fed to like the poorest people, probably because they were just disease-ridden filth monsters.
How did you not get sick every single
right?
time?
It's crazy. There, yeah.
How are you not always
So-
reaching for that muffin, Daddy-O? Like,
Yeah, you gotta get the bread, Daddy.
gotta get that bread.
Daddy, bread, please. That's what my store would be called in like 1436.
That'd be sick.
Thank you. So, without further ado,
Without further ado, listener,
should we play the clips?
play the hits?
Play the clips. Those sources are scanned. Some claim that the true story of the Muffin Man has to do with a vicious 16th century serial killer.
Oh no, that's so long ago.
Yeah, don't worry. He's still out there.
Shit, they never
He
caught
hasn't
him.
been caught. Never caught him. And we know that muffin diet, that's like the new Mediterranean diet. They live forever.
I would 100% do that.
Scones, are you a muffin top or a muffin
I
bottom?
eat the whole thing, baby.
Oh, gee
I'm a
willikers.
big blueberry muffin fan.
I meant sexually. Just end the podcast.
Never record again.
Just no more. That's it. Everyone's gonna be like, "What happened?" Alongside muffins, Londoners might have picked up a meal from a selection of vendors selling fish, eels, soup, baked
Oh,
potatoes, and meat pies.
yeah, I like my muffins right next to the eel cart.
No one's asking if they know the eel man. Only the muffin man, and the eel man was probably pissed.
Yeah,
dude.
he was
It's probably fucking muffin man getting all the clout and attention.
probably so hard to sell eels on a hot afternoon
Yeah, what
back
like,
before
that
like
is-
ice was like available.
Yeah, it's the spaghetti of the sea. Come
Yeah,
on down.
come
Like, how do
on.
you spin this? Not easy.
You just tell them it'll cure anything, or that
Right.
like,
Oh,
God
that's a
loves
good
it or
point.
something. That's probably what
Yeah.
I do.
Oh, your teeth falling out.
yeah.
Suck down this slimy
Are
fish.
you blind?
You want to be? The true story of the Muffin Man suggests that hundreds of years earlier, one of these vendors was a serial killer named Frederick Thomas Linwood. Linwood purportedly killed more than a dozen people, including children. Too bad it wasn't 13, because that would have been a baker's dozen.
True. He really
And,
missed out on a branding opportunity
missed it.
there.
What are they called?
Like plague doctors?
Yes, plague doctors. I was going to say bird-faced mask guys.
I'm thinking about like no real soap,
Yeah,
no
you're thinking about just, like-
toothbrushes, just eel carts out without ice. Like shit was.
Well, they haven't
stanky,
had
dude.
ice for the eel carts.
Like
we don't
imagine just
Ice was invented in like 1830, dude. So like
imagine like hugging anybody.
very Sweeney Todd kind of.
Yeah, but I don't know. He killed his rivals, and it's like, okay, I get it. You're trying to be at the top of the muffin game.
Yeah, right. right.
But then you start killing children. It's like, wait a minute, you flew too close to the sun, baby. Come on.
And you're like,
Yeah,
"Wait," and he's like, I'm also trying to be the best
I'm his
child.
agent. I'm like, come on, baby. You flew too close to the sun. We could have had it all. Could have been the king of the
you would
West London muffins.
This is like the Oscar-winning drama is like the dad talking to the Muffin Man's son, and he's like, "You're a Muffin Man. We're Muffin Men." And he's like, "I want to be a dumpling, dude."
You live on the Maya.
Yeah, you.
Live under my roof.
You guys get it.
You sell my pastries, and we're muffins.
I want to be an artist.
Want to be a dumpling artist.
According to Snopes, we've got just great sources. According to Snopes, the answer is no.
Snopes?
Yeah, you know Snopes, right?
Yes. Sorry,
Okay.
my
okay.
brain had a moment right there. So Snopes is like a fact-checking thing, right?
Yeah, Snopes is like, is this like urban legend? real?
Okay, I was thinking of. Do you remember the computer game Snood?
Yes. Yeah, I checked Snood, and Snood said that this
I
doesn't
lined up all the blue
exist.
guys.
They popped away, and all that was left was revealed a Muffin
When you
Man.
said Snopes, I was thinking Snood, and I was like, what is he talking about, dude? Is there some kind of message board?
I would be so fucking I'd be a lunatic.
Yeah. I mean, you could
I
get
was
like
Bro, I
classified documents
told
on
me.
Minecraft now. Why can't you get Muffin Man Truther on Snood?
And those were the clips.
Da, da, da,
From-
da, 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 da.
The Muffin Man.
Darce,
Scones.
we have awards to give out.
Oh, I forgot about the awards. B-D-D-D-D-D-D. So, in addition to the clips, you guys get to find out the awards that are given out every year.
awards.
The awards. Scones, what's our first award?
The first award is Best Invention of Season 4.
Best invention of season 4.
Best
Oh,
Invention
I
of Season
oh, man.
4.
I know what I'm rooting for. Speaking of 4.
Here are the nominees. Nominated
That's a
for
drum roll.
Best Invention: the Chronovisor,
Yep, that's what came into my head.
the Integratron,
Ooh, also a good one.
and the Chicken Warhead Nuclear Mine.
Fuck, okay, all right. I guess that one counts. So who's the winner?
Well, let me
Scones?
see here. I gotta get
see,
the,
I see. Yeah, you've got an envelope there.
And the winner
Slide that bad boy
is the Chronovisor.
Yay! Is it gonna come up and take its give an acceptance speech?
It is not. Instead, it's just fucking the wispy bird
No,
bath
fuck
thing
you.
from Dumbledore's creepy room.
Yeah.
Where he's just
So-
waterboarding Harry into seeing his dad bully other kids.
Do you want to get into my dad bully juice pot
Sure do.
with me? Yeah, come on down to Darce's dad bully juice pot.
While supplies
Um,
last.
The Chronovisor, what an invention! What a combination
bunch of
time.
Christian dudes just being like, hey, we can see the past. And everyone's like, can we see? And they're like, no.
They're like, no,
You may not."
you idiots. That would ruin it.
But Jesus is real and that our religion is right.
Yeah, have enough faith to know that it works.
But you gotta
Like,
have
come on.
faith.
You gotta have faith in the stars. No one's gonna bend or break me. You ever watch Star Trek Next Generation?
Yes.
That's the intro to Star Trek Next Generation.
Yes.
Moving right along.
Moving along.
We've got our number 4.
Number 4, Quattro.
Every year. I forgot about Quattro. Number 4 is
Number 4.
an episode
4.
that many consider to be one of season 4 episodes. And I have to agree.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Definitely in the top 5, as voted by the listener. This episode, The Hum.
The Hum.
The Hum. What number was that, Hum Daddy?
Episode 24. Season 4, episode 24, The Hum.
The Hum.
Sprinkles, play those clips.
Scrinkles. Skrink it.
Could you give me your best low frequency throb real quick?
Yeah.
Oh.
It sounds like music.
Yeah, Phil loves low
I
frequency.
love the
humming.
hum.
He just turns that key, baby.
That's all he hears all day.
That's why
You have
he
to
sounds like
yell to
that.
get his attention. Yeah, he has a very specific disorder.
Most of the people who are affected are ages 55 to 70, according to a 2003 study by the acoustical consultant Jeff Leventhal of Surrey, England.
Acoustical consultant?
Yeah. I don't know if
Sounds
if
made
he's
up.
like he works on like acoustic sciences or if he just plays guitar or what that means, but
There's so many consonants in that title.
acoustical consultant. Yeah, it
Acoustical.
could just be a guy with a guitar and an amp.
Yeah, he's trying to bust on the side of the street, but they were like, "Hey, you need a permit." And he's like, "Oh, no, you don't understand. I'm an acoustical consultant."
Listen, I can hear. I know about sound.
See these ear holes right here? Full of noise.
Got 2 of them, unlike that Van Gogh guy.
Van Gogh, more like Van wishes he was a...
Vandy's nuts.
Sheesh.
Most of the people who hear the hum, sometimes referred to as hearers or hummers, which you should not call them
Nope,
hummers.
Don't go around calling people getting hummers.
Is that a New England slang?
I don't think so. I think that's
Okay.
I think that's pretty universal. I'm pretty sure.
If you don't get that slang, write in.
Write in or Google, but be careful.
Yeah. It's worse at night, Jacques said. It's hard to get off to sleep because
Are we mature enough to handle this episode?
well, it's just hummers, BBC, and getting off to sleep, dude. There's
Yeah,
nothing-
this doesn't need
just
an E.
English, bro.
We don't need an E rating.
It's hard to
It's
get off to
just
sleep
English.
because I hear this throbbing sound in the background. This is a prank.
This
We've been
is this somebody suck me.
We got pranked, dude.
We got pranked. This is a freaking pranker, dude. Who's the social experiment YouTuber that's hiding in our podcast right now?
Livescience.com is a one giant
It's a prank
social experiment.
website. Yep.
Being dismissed as crackpots or whiners only exacerbates the distress for these complaints.
What an adult. What a childish thing to say.
Yeah, the cop's like, you sound like a fucking whiner.
Hey, you keep calling in. You're a kind of a whiner, so can't help you.
Their doctor tells them that. Test her in.
Yeah, we got the results, and I think you should sit down. You're the
Most-
cryberry wiener boy.
I wonder if they're on like ley lines or something. What's happening?
Dude, it's Ice Cap. I told you. Why
Back in
don't
the United
nobody
States.
believe me?
The famous ice caps of Bondi, Australia.
Oh, yeah, I'm telling you, bro. The aliens came. They told me, brother. They said, you got to go down there. Australia's a fucking spaceship, bro.
What if it was just aliens who like thought they're like this is alien SoundCloud? They just send their sick beats to like different parts of
Yeah.
the world to sample it,
It's
and
the
people are
dat
like,
pic.
"That's driving me insane," and we're really hurting their feelings.
Glorp Glorp just like dropped a new fucking single, and it sucks.
And this just in.
This just in. Glorp Glorp, you're going to need to sit down for this one. You're a crybaby weeder boy who sucks at music.
Phil, how do you feel? Phil, you got a nice hum going right now over there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm getting hummed.
Phil's hot car has one of the best hums. Imagine how awful. And he's gone. He's backed right through the wall of the studio.
He
Jesus.
just blew through the side of the
Oh
wall.
my
Lava's
God.
now falling out of the goddamn building.
Anyway, the hum. Imagine how terrible it is, Dars, for the people that were just could
Ugh.
hear or sense
Yuck.
something that made them go insane.
Not good.
Not good.
I'll make a stance right now.
Listen,
I don't want it.
Music makes me lose control.
Music makes me lose
Although,
control.
imagine if you could harness the hum and make it into a podcast.
Dude, humharnessers.org.
Dude, humharnessers.org.
Oh my god, if we could get hum harnessers, we'd be unstoppable.
I can't think of one thing that could stop us.
I can't think at all. This hum is too loud. Yeah, the hum sounds awful.
Hum diddly, hum diddly.
I hope none of our listeners have to deal with it ever.
Me too.
But at the same time, you know, get some earplugs, baby.
Get some earplugs and don't touch that dial.
So, how many awards do we have?
We're not going to give it out yet.
All right. So,
do number 3.
hum.
Do number 3.
number 4, number 3, number 3, number 3.
Number 3.
3.
Quattro. 3.
Number 3 is an episode
Sure is.
that it defies logic and reason, but you know, some of the best ones do, according to you, our listeners. Because number 3 is season 4, episode 31, The Man from Torrid.
The Man from Torrid.
This is about the guy who ends up like in an airport and he's like, "Hey, y'all ever been to like Houston, Texas?" And they're like, "That doesn't exist."
And the Japanese people are like, let's get him a hotel. This guy's insane.
Yeah. They were like, "We're gonna arrest you," and by that we mean put you up at like a Holiday Inn Express, and it's pretty chill. But yeah, it's about a man who claims he's from a as we know, fictitious land of Torrid.
And maybe there's some
And,
kind of Berenstain Bears situation. What do you call that?
Yeah.
What's the name for that?
The I was gonna say the something effect. What's the name of like that?
The
There's like a
Coriolis?
TV show. Yeah.
It's not
No,
that.
it's the what is the effect? Carbonaro effect? No, it's
Dude, on a little bit of spaghetti.
oh my god, what's the Berenstain Bears effect? Mandela
The
effect.
Mandela
is what
effect.
I'm-
Why is it the
that's
Mandela
what it
effect?
is. Because people think Nelson Mandela was like a lot of people think he was not assassinated. I forget. It's either that he was assassinated or he wasn't assassinated. It's not like that. 'Cause Nelson Mandela is one
so
of
it all
those-
comes back to Mandela.
Yeah, all signs point to Mandela.
All signs.
So here's the Clipperonis. Or did we just do the Clipperonis?
No, give him the clips, dude.
Here's the clips. Shut up. The story of the man from Torrid begins quite specifically in many sources with a hot day in July of 1954. On that particular day, which might have been my dad's birthday, because that is,
Ooh.
you know, maybe my dad.
Or my dad.
Oh my God, are our dads the same age?
Are our dads the same person?
Are our dads? Should we set them up, like on a play date, on a real date?
Now we're talking
Yes to all the above.
Parent Trap our dads.
Get our dads the Meet Me at McDonald's cut and rizz them up.
So I have to go to your next family thing as you.
Try to parent trap our dads?
Yeah, to Parent Trap our dads. I'll have a bunch of like facial, like black facial hair glued to my face.
Like a Yeti? Or I guess not a
Yeah.
Yeti, but more of a
yeah, you exactly.
Okay. Should we
And
start a
then
new
rizz 'em
podcast
up.
called Parent Trap Our Dads? In which we
Parent Trap our dads.
Parent Trap Our Dads.
Or people call in and
And try and parent trap their dads.
yeah,
It's like private investigators of love.
of dad love.
Of dad love. This man has been described as Caucasian with a beard. Well, I guess not canonically
Wow,
Jesus.
Dar's
but,
part of the Western Jesus.
canonically Jesus, but actually probably not.
In the comics?
In the-
In the comics, he was white, but in the MCU,
yeah, but
he's
that was
black.
in like Earth 514. Whilst his primary language is said to have been French. Oh shit. Scones, are you okay? I don't know.
What are we? I keep forgetting what the fucking subject even is for this week.
In another version, the man mentioned that he was from Torrid, and then the immigration officer did not believe him, and he showed him his passport. I mean, why would
Yeah.
he?
Why? There's,
So either way, this guy gets
I
taken
want to
in.
believe this guy, but this place doesn't fucking exist.
Also, you could choose a real country if you were, like if you're trying to sneak. just
That's what I mean. He has to like really believe he's from
Yeah.
another place,
Right.
or this is just the weirdest scheme. I don't know how what he gets out of this.
The internet is full of people replicating the story and using it as evidence for alternate realities. One of the most notable explanations for this incident is that the man from Torrid had somehow passed through a parallel dimension by accident, ending up at the Haneda Airport in Tokyo.
What side do you think Torrid was on in his dimension for World War II?
Ooh, well, do you think they had a World War II? Maybe it was like an international
Ooh.
tickle fight,
Man, what a world that would
What
be.
a crazy alternate reality.
Is every part of World War II just tickles then?
Well, that's how they decide wars.
Like the
in that
Nazis are
war.
rounding up people and tickling them?
Shit. I feel like,
That universe is way better.
yeah, unless you don't
Than
like being
ours.
tickled. He could be from another dimension, or it could be
Dude,
a
you know how much
makey
that would
uppy.
suck
To be that
if you were
guy.
him? Yeah, like imagine I'm taking a drive down to Georgia, and
That's where
I
the
get
devil
stopped
lives.
I get stopped by police in Pennsylvania,
And you're
and
like,
they're like, "Give me your license," and I'm like, "Oh," and I give it to them, and I'm like, "I'm from Massachusetts," and they're like, "From where?" I'm like, "What is happening?" And they're like, "Massachusetts is."
and then
not
they're
a
like,
thing."
"You're going to jail for a year." And you're
Yeah.
like, "Wait,
Here's a free
minute."
hotel.
Bang bang.
Bang bang, biggity,
we're
bang,
back.
bang. And we're back.
Welcome back to the nice volcanic abode of the Sling and Dinger studio.
It's steamy in here, and we like it that way.
It's steamy, it's creamy, it's cover girl.
I do.
Is that a cool thing to say?
I think so.
I think so.
I think it was
so-
cool.
Kind of cool.
Da,
Do we
da,
have?
da.
We have a
Da, da,
workout.
da, da,
There
da,
we
da,
go.
da, da. Here they come.
Oh man.
And the next award is for the Slinging Dingers Man of the Year.
Oh my moa.
And you're going to hear a lot of familiar names in here, Darce. Here we go. The nominations
All right.
for the Season 4 Man of the Year. The Man from Torrid.
He's a good man.
The Muffin Man.
Also a good man.
And the real Men in Black.
Damn, that's like more than one man. Get the envelope. Get the envelope.
The real Men in Black.
Wow. They came in with a good showing in this season, and while I think the Muffin Man personally deserves it, I can understand the Academy's choice.
The Academy didn't want any eels in here,
Like keep that sea spaghetti out of my light, baby.
Instead, they chose the real Men in Black. And listen, Darce, there's nothing more American than Men in Black suits making stuff go away.
Ugh, so true.
Brings a tear to my eye.
If an eagle is screeching somewhere off in the distance, yeah, that's a fine award, Scones. Thank you for presenting it.
You're welcome.
And coming in at number 2, maybe my personal favorite of the season. I think this one was great.
Yes, this it's up there for my favorites as
It's-
well. It is a wonderful episode.
Great episode. Great guest stars. Of course, we are talking about season 4, episode 39, The Great Train Heist of 1963.
So good. Now, we talk about a lot of kissing in this.
Yeah, there's the sugar baby.
There's a lot of
fermented
sugar baby when it comes to this
There's
episode.
a lot of sugar
lot
baby.
of sugar baby. People kissing, people knocking people out, forgetting how to drive trains.
Yeah, people waking people back up to try to get them to drive the train again.
People
it's
avoiding the law by traveling to different countries.
You gotta respect the hustle.
You have to, right?
And you learn a lot about trains.
You gotta.
You know? You learn all sorts, baby.
Well, actually, these robbers probably should have
yeah,
learned
they should have
more.
read up more, but but you know what? We can't fault them for that.
Is this
And,
also the one where we try to parent trap our dads?
I think so. I think it is.
And one of the episodes on this list, I know
which
we
is very we
talk,
we try to parent trap our dads.
which should be a whole nother podcast, should just be called Parent
Yes.
Trap Our Dads.
or parent trap your dads. I think
Parent
when
Trap
we were
Your
making the
Dads.
joke, I think in the bit we said we should do a podcast called Parent Trap Your Dads.
We might have to end this podcast to go start
this is the
Parent
last
Trap
episode.
Your Dad
There's dads
call
out there
in.
that need.
with trying to parent trap their dads, and we help them.
It's such a funny sentence.
Parent Trap Our Dads. It's great.
Hey, parent trap our dads.
And it,
PT.
imagine the
Oh.
surprise in our moms' lives when we parent trap our dads.
Oh, then we're gonna have to start parent trapping moms, but that's like a whole other season. So we got all the
Yeah, I don't
content
know
we
if
could
I have
ever
energy for
need.
that.
Yeah, maybe a spin off. But without further ado, let's play the clips so we can find out.
Heck yeah.
Clips. The co-engineer of the train, David Whitby, jumped from the lead car to investigate the signal that had delayed them. When he got close, he noticed a leather glove lying against the light. A 6-volt battery also hung from the contraption. Whitby went to make a call to the rail line to see what the issue was, but he noticed that someone had cut the phone lines. They're inside the car.
You
Confused
gotta,
at what he...
at this point, you're just like, fuck. Like, you
Yeah,
know
you're
what
like-
it is.
Yeah, you're like, oh no, I'm in a movie.
It's every train conductor's nightmare. It's
There's
like
about
a
to
bunch
be a
of
lot
cowboys.
of sugar on this train.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, even modern. You get in the Amtrak, and they're like, "Are we clear of cowboys hooting and hollering?" on
First
horseback
question
right
you
now?
ask in MBTA school is you raise your hand at the Department of Transportation. You say, have we cleared out the cowboy gangs? Are we
There's no
sure?
like masked men on horseback, right? Have you checked the tops of the trains? They like the
I've
tops of the
seen
trains.
310 to Yuma. I know what this is.
The great train robbery had begun. Bam, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da. Yeah, that would be another thing for the train conductor. I'd be like, is this music specifically playing
Yeah.
anywhere outside?
What
Bing,
would
bida-ding,
what would
bida-ding, bida-ding.
British cowboy robbers look like? Would they have like the tri-cornered hat
Ooh,
and they'd bust
mean-
in
yeah.
with like
in
instead of
1963.
yeah, with a musket and be like, "What's all this then?"
What's going on in here, Babs? After seizing control of the lead car, the men detached the first 2 cars from the 12-car train. Then, they realized they had a problem on their hands. The robber in their ranks assigned with learning to drive a train realized the mail locomotive was much more complex. He used like,
Fuck.
yeah, he's like, whoa, I used a leapfrog for this. This thing's really weird.
This is way different than the model.
So this is hilarious. This is very Benny Hill, but they
Yeah.
needed Mill, who was the lead engineer that they just beat the shit out of. So, recognizing this issue, the men roused Mills from his semi-consciousness and forced him to drive the train half a mile down the track as he bled. Which is so funny. They're like, hey, I know we just beat the crap out of you, but like,
Ooh. So
we need
do
someone
you
to drive
know how
this
to
thing.
drive? I
I
thought
thought
he did.
Benny was gonna be good for this, but he apparently did not.
Like I thought Nigel was going to drive, and he's in a full knight armor.
Yeah, he is an ironclad knight.
And then there's another guy with a top hat and a monocle, sipping tea.
We've covered all of the eras. Later, a guard patrolling the other 10 cars still stationary in Cheddington realized the gravity of the situation and called authorities.
There's a bunch of people
Yikes.
here. They stole everything. They're making out.
Wait a minute, everyone's dudes are kissing in that car.
That's a lot of sugar, baby.
Look at all the sugar they're giving each other.
Just
For
a
the
knight kissing a guy in a top hat. That's a lot of sugar.
Oh man. All right. We're back.
We are back.
We've got one more episode on the list.
We do. Your number one.
Your number one episode, Quattro.
And we have one last award to give out.
I was going to
Darce.
say, do we want to give the award now before
Yes.
the grand finale?
We have a Lifetime Achievement Award for podcasting
God.
by an arachnid.
I have a feeling I know who might win this one.
This arachnid has been
Oh, man.
podcasting for a long time, given the lifespan of the average arachnid.
What is an average arachnid's lifespan, Scones?
Let's look it up.
Let's ask Google.
Life span
Look at tarantula.
of average arachnid. About 2 years.
Okay,
So
that's like
putting in
half
work, dude.
putting in a lot of work. Apparently, Goliath bird eaters can live from 15 to 25 years.
Well, that's why we don't have ourselves. The winner is not a Goliath bird eating spider. The winner is, of course, Slandinger's very own and a part of the Monday Morning Macabre family, Morbo.
Yep.
Morbo, come on down.
Morbo.
See, look, Darce, the trophy is really small.
It is so teeny tiny.
Teeny tiny for Morbo.
Oh, but he's spinning a web and he's slingshotting it across the room.
that was the coolest acceptance we've had
sick.
tonight.
Congratulations, Morbo.
Or, I can't think of a more
Uh,
deserving arachnid.
No, I've been playing Eight-Legged Freaks a lot,
Yep.
and I feel like this award might cool his temper because
Might
he's
soothe it.
mad.
He is angry, but that's why we love him.
That's why you love him. He's the guy you love to hate. He's the bad boy of the group.
For sure. Easily. Way better than us.
Easily. The baddest baddie there ever was. Congratulations, Morbo. And I suppose we can move on to our number one pick
The final
of
pick,
season 4.
as voted on by you, the listener.
Our listeners. This episode, I get it.
I understand.
I see why it's number one.
Me too. With
What a ridiculous story this was.
If you're a fan of, we have episodes that can sometimes have different tones. Sometimes are very dark and horrifying, and sometimes are silly and bizarre. And this one is both silly and bizarre, and the fact that it's real is dark and troubling.
Yeah, this would be, you'd be like, oh, you had a fever dream and you're recounting it, but then you find out it actually happens and you're like, this can't be real life, but here we are. We are, of course, talking about season 4, episode 14, Project Blue Peacock. Ba, ba, ba.
It feels like the horrifying brainchild of a laboratory chimpanzee raised to be evil.
Mojo Jojo, essentially.
And so you basically have a nuclear warhead as a landmine spread across the country of Germany.
Yeah. Underground.
But Darce, it gets cold underground and warheads won't work.
And so we need to keep them warm. How do we do that?
Have you seen the movie Chicken Run?
Have you ever been to Tweety's farm?
Because it's like that.
They fill them with chickens, just nukes full of live chickens
Nukes.
underground is the plan. Insane. Why don't we hear the clips?
Hear the clips.
Clips.
So you're number one. Can you imagine? There was so much time in human history when nothing was in the sky, nothing flew.
Yeah, you could look up, if you saw anything, you'd be like, what the, like, game over, life ruined.
Literally just it was like there's birds, some bugs, bats, and nothing else is up
Birds,
there, dude.
bugs, bats, and
And
nothing. So this is an article by Genevieve Carlton, edited by Cara Johnson. In 1954, the British engineers behind Blue Peacock designed a nuclear landmine to use against the Soviets. And
That's
it was
so
dependent.
unnecessary.
Wait, it gets more unnecessary. It was dependent upon live chickens. So
One dude was like, all right, nuclear bomb, let's put it in a whoopee cushion, right?
put it on the sub's desk. She sits, and then it's just like the footage of the A-bomb in the the desert. The house getting destroyed.
Yeah.
So, as the nuclear arms race took off, the British came up with a top-secret Operation Blue Peacock as a way to stop a potential Soviet attack. The plan: bury nuclear landmines across West Germany that would explode if the Soviets tried to invade.
How is a nuclear landmine possible? Is it fucking huge? Like logistically, the size of the landmine? Like
I mean, it's probably pretty huge. I would assume if it's nuclear, especially in 1954, they definitely did not have like. They're like, hey, what's that giant mound? And everyone's like, I don't know. Let's race up it.
I like to think
Boom.
the English couldn't figure out how to get the IC, like the missile working, so they're like, what do we do? Fucking bury it.
just bury it, see what happens. Who cares? Some kid's gonna play ultimate frisbee on that bitch one day. Gonna lose half of Poland.
Yeah.
That was the plan. The problem: frigid temperatures might keep the bombs from detonating. Oh no!
Oh, that's. I hate when. I hate when so cold that nuclear holocaust doesn't happen.
Yeah. But they have a solution, Scones.
Yes.
Seal live chickens inside the buried landmines to keep them warm. That's the best they could come up with out there and across the pond to keep their goddamn landmine alive.
If I ever meet an English person that's an engineer, I'm gonna be like, "But are you really? I know a little
I'll be
bit
like,
about
"Bro,
your history, and it
I
was
know a thing."
cartoons. It is a fucking
First of all,
Coyote
do they
Roadrunner
think-
cartoon.
Do they
over
think
there.
chickens live forever? What happens when the chickens die?
Also,
like-
how do you keep a chicken alive underground in the dark in a bomb?
Dude, imagine the
Why not
episode.
rats?
So World War II ended in 1945, but a new standoff soon gripped the world. And this time, the conflict pitted nuclear powers against each other. In the 1950s, NATO faced off against the Warsaw Pact. It was a sweet
That
10-round fight.
That fucking NATO meeting when Kennedy's like, "All right, Britain, what do you got?"
They're like, all right, stick with me here. You know chickens?
He's just
Very
like,
warm.
he's just looking down like his fingers on the bridge of his nose, like fucking A, England.
In addition to blasting away Soviet forces, the British hoped the nuclear landmine. You know what I would love if they did go off and it's just like a bunch of chicken wings flew out, like
Like
all
perfectly
freshly
cooked.
cooked. Yeah, exactly. Like cartoonish, like drumsticks just flying through the air.
England's like, yes, perfect. Just the pure comedy around the guy who was the voice of reason, that it made it all the way up to his desk.
Yep.
And he was like, what is it? And they're like, nuclear landmine. He's like, where are you going to put it? Germany. And he's like,
how are you going to keep
what?
it warm?
How is that even going to... It's a landmine? How much destruction? And they lay it out. And they're like, but we have to fill it with chickens first, logistically. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
And he's
it's,
like, no,
It's
what?
like some idiocracy
Why did you even
shit.
think of this? And they're like, oh, we ordered 10 of them. And he's like, what?
On whose card?
Yeah.
So, just what the fuck?
Beautiful. I've never had more faith in our close NATO ally, England.
Yeah. I'm like, maybe America does have the biggest and best like military after listening to this.
Someone has
I'm
to.
like-
In NATO, people are just making chicken bombs.
Chicken bombs are not. This is just such a ludicrous idea.
It is. And that is why our beautiful listeners, who we love so much, voted it as their number one for season 4.
Thank you for voting. Thank you for taking the time to listen, gang. Everyone says that season 4 is the only the second best season of anything, and season 5 is the true best season.
True.
Which is like just so we think so too. So
Season 4 is like the 97 Bulls. Season 5 is about to be like the 96 Bulls. Like just crazy.
yeah, we're going backwards in time. It's gonna be
Back in
crazy. I'm gonna
time.
skip a playoff game. I don't know which year that
I'm
was.
gonna play through a cold.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild, and I hope we'll see you all there. And without further ado,
I love it. Keep going.
the Morbo musical. That'd be sick.
That would be just at the tail end of this episode. We put in a 3-hour
It was an
musical.
entire 3-hour space opera musical. That would be sick. No, but happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Congratulations on another year of listening to just the best, highest quality stuff you can find on the internet. And I love you.
We love you, listener.
Goodbye.
Boing.